So here we are, talking with spirits. We made it to episode 3. Thanks for all you guys that watched, and for those that didn't see the last one, it's called Talking with Spirits because we're in a bar surrounded by spirits, which is awesome.
Took me a while to figure it out. Again.
So, I want to make an apology. I spelt Farrar wrong because I ain't too bright sometimes, so my apologies go out to people that live there. Anyway, Farrar, what did you guys think?
At the beginning, wasn't too sure, to be honest. Just looked like a blank slate building that somebody bought to, you know,
it did look like a place, though. I mean, it was a huge school in a little tiny town.
And then, right, and then all of a sudden, you know, the fantastic people that let us in, you know, explained the school, finding out that it was, you know, a central location for damn near everything in that town at that time. Right. You know, put a different spotlight on it then. It did make sense after a while.
Alright. Well, I was sad. No, it's, at first, yeah, no, you know. Well, for me, all night until we found some of the evidence, I was kind of like, yeah, we got another lame duck. You know, it's another place that's...
Eric's not going to be satisfied until a ghost pops up and gives him a wedgie and punches him in the face. And
I want my knocks, my bumps, and my what the fuck moments.
What the fuck?
Right.
Which we did, yeah, I mean, there were a couple of us that ended up with those what the moments, which we'll get into.
You were a little bit off screen on the narco cam though.
Thank you.
No, but I mean, as far as, yeah, it was definitely interesting. A little bit ominous. I mean, as far as once everything got shut off and that, we were kind of toting through some things.
Well, what feeling did you get walking in? Did you feel comfortable or uncomfortable?
It wasn't, for me, it wasn't like when we've done Edinburgh where you walk in and it's a little uneasy. Yeah, no, I mean, it wasn't as calm as when we went into the Granger house either. Right,
there was a maybe kind of an overwhelming feeling when you walk in there and you look at it, you're like, wow, yeah, all right, this is an old schoolhouse. I mean, the way it was laid out and things were set up, just was like,
yeah,
you know, kind of out of the ordinary from a schoolhouse as you would know it today.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was showing its age.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
I mean, it was definitely it was the box style school. I mean,
like I say, it was built what, 19?
It was 1919 and opened for
1921. Yeah.
So then it still ran till like
2000.
Yeah, 2000 something. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. I mean, once again, it was all circumstantial, apart from a couple of overt things for me. I mean. I got poked in the back of the arm, and it took me a while to realise I'd been poked in the back of the arm. And I thought it was a doorknob. I was standing there holding the door open, running the camera.
I wish it was there. I wish it was there.
Oh yeah, you were.
We were. Go ahead.
I was holding it because the door's on a spring, metal door, and I didn't want it closing behind, and we didn't have room. I had to pull the camera back, so I held the door open like that. And then suddenly right there, something hit me in the back of the arm. And I looked down because I thought I'd hit the doorknob or something. And there wasn't a doorknob. There was absolutely nothing there. And then it hit me. I'm like, something's hit me in the back of the arm and there's nothing there to do it. So.
Like the principal and the janitor thing, we don't have definite evidence on any of that stuff happening.
And we've had
that's just hearsay and
and we on Facebook we've had people who live there say we've never even heard of that.
Yeah, never. You know, we've never heard of.
So you know, exactly. So I mean, if it adds to the folklore of the building and that, so be it. I mean, but yeah, there was definitely some stuff going on.
We've also had another one saying. It's not so much the school, but it was the grounds that they were built on.
Yeah. You know, because when we were up there, you know, by the supposed principal's office, the library, and the auditorium, you know, we were sitting there in the hallway. I know John heard something because I heard the same thing.
Well, no, I heard something when we were in the hallway.
When you know, kind of right behind me, which is part of the reason why I was looking away
Yeah, no, I heard something when we were sitting down there doing our EVP session.
But again, I couldn't
Pinpoint it.
can't tell you what exactly and exactly what was going on. I do know outside was calm.
Yeah, there's
So
nothing
it was
around up
not
there,
a breeze of when
it
those
wasn't
windows
like,
are
It wasn't
shut.
like Granger where
Right, where you can kind of
Cars are driving by.
Yeah, there was nothing around.
So that was
Well, there's the one moment, stupid moment. You said that door in the principal's office opened easy.
but for me.
Because when I pushed on that door, it felt like something was pushing back against me. And then I pushed it harder, and it swung open, and that's when I thought I was falling. See, look on the video, you can see the ground clearly. I'm not falling, but it was pitch black. I couldn't see nothing. So I thought I was falling into the pit.
Yeah, when I went up there, when I was taking pictures,
The bog of eternal
She said there was a vortex in the house
you
somewhere.
never know. Yeah, you might have found it.
I thought I found it.
Like I said, I was taking
primed for that one.
I was taking pictures, and so I have a camera in one hand. I'm using my right hand to sit there and open that door, and it did. It swung right open for me. I snapped a couple pictures, walked right back out as if. So yeah, that is interesting. That for you, and it wasn't like it shut hard behind me. I mean, I calmly shut it. It didn't slam.
I pushed on it, and it felt like it was pushing back against me. So, what's in here? And it opened, and I was going down. I was going down. I swear I was going down. And Ron, he said he didn't know whether to grab me or run. It looked like you were getting pulled in there. I thought I was going down.
And we all saw it when we went back to that little HQ room. The motion detectors on the security cameras we laid out. So here's my thing. Like, the one in the basement was going crazy a lot. So when I first saw it, I'm like, alright. But then the ones on the third floor, we got one pointing at the principal's office, 3 feet away. We got another one pointing totally the other direction, pointing down the hallway.
Yep.
And both those motion sensors were going off at the same time. So, to me, I'm sorry, I found that weird.
Yeah, I mean,
the other thing is, when I looked at the camera, because remember we started writing down the motion detectors until it
there wasn't nothing caught though.
No, but the thing is, the times that we did write down, because we quit doing it, we're like, oh, they're just on the fritz, or, know. When I went back, I was getting glitches in the camera feed. Now, not every time that we got a motion sensor, but I also didn't get a glitch in the camera feed when there wasn't a motion detect. So it was the 2, 3, 4, however many I found, I can't remember, but they were always at the time where I was looking at the time that we wrote down there was motion. And, those glitches in the camera feed always happened at those times. So so at the beginning I was like, and actually at the beginning I found it weird that 2 cameras pointing away from each other. They're in the same area, but they're not pointing anywhere. That they were both giving us movement at the same time. I found that kind of, and once again, it's circumstantial. It might be technology failing.
Well,
but there's too much of it going on lately.
Well, and I was wondering too, because the interesting thing about it too was, the one in the basement. It wasn't on the floor. We had that one on a shelf. So it was something with, and it wasn't like, and those of you that have seen the video, those of you that are hopefully going to watch the video, you'll see that you really don't see anything flying around there.
Right.
And when there was, when the bug did show up,
it didn't
set it off.
We had a moth fly in front of it, so no, I don't know. I found that. I don't. Curious is a good word.
Okay, how about when we're up in the hallway, 3rd floor hallway, you're getting paged on your walkie.
When we were doing that spirit box incident, which I also want to get to later, but so here's the thing. I have this Han Solo holster full of equipment, which is really cool. You guys need to get one, and it looks good. But
To who?
To me.
A carpenter?
No, it's Han Solo. Han shot first. So anyway, the walkie-talkie's hanging on the side of it, and then when you sit down, all my stuff's there. So I took the walkie-talkie off, I put it on the ground, like
Which you can clearly see.
next to me.
Yep.
So
Yeah, I can see it.
So we're in the middle of the spirit box session. All of a sudden, that thing goes. When someone else keys the other end, it goes bloop, and then you hear whatever they're saying. So I was sitting there and it went bloop.
And
My initial reaction was someone else has got the other walkie-talkie and they've sat on it and butt dialed me with a walkie-talkie or something.
And the reason why he says that is because the four of us were up in the same area at the same time.
We were all in the same room. We're in the same hallway.
Except
The other walkie-talkie.
the other walkie-talkie,
Which was down in HQ.
was down in headquarters, and none of us had it.
So that was a little freaky.
And we can tell you
And it
that.
went off, what, like twice, three times?
And we can tell you right now that we're not pulling anybody's leg because nobody else was there.
Nope.
I mean, the other
there's
people were
nobody
locked in
else
their
there.
room,
And if
we're
you watch,
up at 4 right now.
we can show you the camera footage because that camera is sitting right
So-
next to
Yeah.
the monitors.
Yep. And that was one of the most.
Yeah, that's in the video.
Yeah.
I ran downstairs after we finished that and went, look, it's right
Yeah.
here.
So
Yep.
what happened? We can't tell you. It wasn't like it was turned over
But
or
once again-
shifted. So hey,
Well, and then moving on to the next thing I want to say, the thing with the technology stuff is I charge everything because nearly everything's charged by USB anymore.
Right, because people are going to say, oh, your batteries are going low. That's what
Yeah,
it's
or I
because-
change the batteries the day before we go out. I make sure everything works, because we don't want it failing in the field. Trust me, I'm a professional. Anyway, but we have so many glitches sometimes in these places, and I can run this stuff all day in the shop, and it's fine. But, like the Granger house, the one camera went dark, got back the next day, it worked fine. But now, at Farrar, we had the movement detectors going, we had the walkie-talkie go off. Okay, this is all, well, that's weird on its own, but you wouldn't think anything of it. And then the one that really got me though was the voice recorder we use, we slap it on the spirit box, working fine. Our other investigations, well, I'm not, this isn't about the spirit box. I'm saying you slap it on there, it's got Velcro, you slap it on, record, fine. And I checked that about 1 or 2 o'clock, and yep, we were getting, the stuff was fine. When we came back and I went to look at it, every single file on there was corrupted. It wasn't erased or anything, it was just every single one was corrupted. Once again, now, unless somebody's carrying a huge magnet in their pocket or something like that, but that's another. So I guess what I'm trying to get at is, all these technical glitches, you're adding them all up, it's way above what would be nominal, I think. All we're going to get in this game is a bunch of circumstantial evidence, unless we don't. Now the problem is, there are so many good YouTube videos of things like Poltergeist, where the guy's pulling strings and you cannot see it. There's that one of the guy, I can't remember his name now, but he's really
never
famous.
watched him.
Really? The guy's really famous. I mean, he's in the kitchen and shit's flying around and,
Well, I mean, I've watched that, like, Facts or Fiction, where they try to debunk stuff that
oh
goes
no,
out,
this gentleman he's talking about is
he's really good
at what he does.
It's really good.
And he begs to wonder, like, how many other people are like,
making this stuff go on.
yeah, huh?
So I guess,
Well, I mean, that's what they do, though, is they try to debunk it by doing stuff like that also.
Yeah.
Yes.
so I guess the point is, all I can say is what we do, we do.
Yeah, no, we're not tampering with anything. We're not
and-
Right.
fluffing it. We're here talking about it, and this is what it is.
And if we do get anything overt, you're going to get the people that have already made their minds up. See, we're open-minded. I mean, I can fall one side of the fence or the other when I look at stuff. But,
Right.
there's because I work in IT, I guess, maybe I look at stuff and go, okay, where could that come from? But there's certain things where you're like, the odds of this happening time after time after time after time, you're looking for a different root cause, if you see what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So,
well, yeah, the same thing's happening over and over. I mean,
and it's all circumstantial, but, that's what, anything overt, by the way, we don't have strings. We ain't that clever to be able to mask out strings. I mean, look at our videos, they're crap. So
We don't have time by the time we get to these
got that
places.
brand new camera. The new camera.
There you go, new camera.
Hey, maybe we can mask out strings now and make it.
Watch I can trip over myself.
So we can be
That'd
like
be
every
great.
other one of them.
I was gonna say, yeah. So we'll be hanging over the stairs next time because we trip over our own rigs.
Right? It's bad enough tripping over wires.
Well,
not to
tripping
worry
over
about
wires,
strings.
yeah. We're gonna trip over strings now. It's like pulling at strings, except we're trying to.
No,
You know,
that's not gonna happen.
yeah, no. But Farrar was definitely. It's definitely worth doing again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
There's
I'd do
still
Farrar
stuff that
again.
we were-
I would definitely do Farrar again.
There's still stuff that I want to sit there a little bit longer, maybe a little bit more dark.
Well, we never got it. What about the because I was actually happy we actually got some not spirit box but
Oh, the
like
EVP.
DVD footage.
Actually, yeah.
Because that's the stuff you prefer.
That's where I'm not sure if it was talking or singing.
It's like chanting.
I wasn't quite sure what it was. I couldn't really quite make it out. I wasn't sure if it was like singing, like,
But the
or if
second
it
one
was just
the
children
second one-
talking. But
Right.
Yeah, the second one sounded like kids like running in hallways and whooping and
right,
that's
Yeah.
what that sounded like to me. The second one. So
And there weren't any kids with us. It's almost, how we've been talking about time-stamped, or where something is set
Residual.
in time with
Yeah.
residual.
residual
What I've
intelligence.
heard, granted, yes, John getting poked was different, and then listening to something getting tossed and thrown, yeah, that puts it into the now, per se, but I almost got more of residual
okay,
activity.
but okay, let's say that the children or whatever. Do we know what time that happened exactly? Or
It
not?
was about 2:30ish
In the morning?
There. Yeah.
Now,
So
see,
if it's residual, why would that be happening at that time?
okay, but people can argue with us all they want to.
And they were.
So you're saying, because I'm going off the fact that just because it's 2:30 a.m. as we see it, would it technically be 2:30 a.m. the way they see it? Would it be 2:30 being played over? I'm just saying, would it be 2:30 being played over for them every 12 hours? Would it be their 2:30 at night is actually 2:30?
That's why we're gonna go do a day investigation.
Exactly.
And here's the other thing, like, just because, let's say, episode 52 of MASH was broadcast originally at 5 p.m., the reruns might happen at 3 in the morning. I mean, you don't know. If it's a rerun.
See, that's kind of what that. Yeah.
Okay.
If it's an
You know what I'm saying? If it's an echo,
I'm not sure if I'm gonna buy into that little theory yet, but I like it.
I'm not saying I do, but I'm also saying if
We're starting at the beginning, making it right.
I'm not sure if I'm gonna buy into that theory yet, but
like I said, people can say whatever you're gonna agree or disagree or have your own
Right,
opinions,
right.
which is fine. We want to hear them.
You gotta remember, we're starting this from the beginning. We're not buying into all the Ghost Hunter stuff. We're saying, okay,
we're trying the equipment,
Yeah.
we're using it, we're seeing what's junk.
Well,
what
let's be
works.
honest. We're using what we can afford.
Right.
I mean, to be honest, I mean,
this stuff's not cheap now.
No, but I'm
stepping
saying
up.
we are using what we can afford.
Yep.
A lot of stuff is coming out of everybody's pocket, so we're doing the best we can. And it is what it is. I mean, and again, we are brand new at this stuff. Anybody,
But to me, I'm questioning. So I watch a lot of these ghost things, and they're taking stuff for granted. They're saying, "Oh, EMFs get set off by ghosts." Well, I'm not convinced that ghosts set off EMF meters. I'd like to think they do, and that would be great. And you can use pseudoscience, which is what we're using. I mean, I'm not going to say we're scientists. We're using the same pseudoscience as everybody else, but at least we're trying to be open-minded about it and say, okay, EMF meters. Now the problem is none of ours have gone off.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, that's part of why we're here. We're trying to figure out what's working, what's not working.
Are we doing something wrong? I mean, well, I'm sure we
probably-
are, because I'm pretty sure most of you watching this are saying we're a bunch of idiots.
That 99%.
Which, that's fine. But again, it's going back to, comment. Tell us things, experiences you guys have had as far as with the stuff that you've used, stuff that you've bought, things that,
We feel so lonely on YouTube.
I mean,
Yeah,
well, because even on
turn us on to some of this
in
stuff.
prayer, we set up little your little
the
wiffle
Yeah.
golf balls.
Yeah.
Trying to get
Just
them
try something
knocked
different
over.
from another team who sat there and said, try these. You know,
And we will.
we didn't get anything, but I'm sure not giving up on the stuff. And the thing is, it's a wiffle ball with a pin in it. I mean, it's to sit there and see if anything moves. I mean, it's a great idea. I'm going to keep using it.
It's easy to move if they want to move something.
Exactly.
You know?
And, so
The one line I do not like, so nobody put it in the comment box, because it's a circular argument. It's called
People
the...
have to watch the video.
Well, yeah, if you watch it, just put in a comment if you watched it. But here's the thing, it's called the Tinkerbell principle. And people say, if you don't believe in it, it's not going to work. That is a circular argument. That is not a good argument. You know, like,
Peter Pan.
Yeah, it is. It's a scientific thing. Which, once again, I'm going to go like a bit deeper here, but it's same as...
If you're not sick, you're not.
Well, in quantum physics, they say observing something changes the nature of the thing, which is true, because if you put a pressure gauge in a tire, you're taking some of the pressure out of the tire to actually move the gauge. If you use a thermometer, you're taking some of the temperature out of the air to expand the mercury. It's never, so that's different. The Tinkerbell theory is, if you believe in it, it'll work. Well, if you believe in anything, whatever you're believing in is going to work.
Well, because you're going to have it in your head, then it's going to work.
Correct.
So it's kind of a self-psyche.
Yeah. So it's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
So I know the Tinkerbell stuff will not work for me because everything I think of is a lie and I fail. So we're good there.
That works. We're starting at zero. We're taking the baseline from others, saying, okay, use this because it works for us, and that's fine. We'll do it, and we'll see what results we get. But I mean, if we're not getting results, I'm not going to lie about it and say,
we're taking.
Oh, look, blinky light.
Right, and we're taking stuff from other people that have sat there and said, don't do it because this is actually, individuals that have been doing this longer than we have are like, it just doesn't make sense and doesn't work.
Right.
So, okay.
Well, I'm all about debunking other people's theories and what has happened. And
and that's not why we're here. Great, if something happened.
yeah, no, I'm all for it. If something's going to happen, something's going to happen.
I'm not
I
here.
can't
We're
wait
not
to
here
see it, but
Yeah.
I want, hey.
I do have one thing I guess I want to say before we close. I'm going to request and or ask any viewers that are out there that are actually watching this stuff.
All three of you.
We thank you. If you have information, if you have individuals or contacts for places that you'd like to see us investigate and or chances to investigate.
In the Midwest.
At least in the Midwest right now, please definitely contact us. We're willing to do it.
Unless there's an airline that wants to sponsor us.
We can use the help. We don't know everything out there that's haunted. We don't know everything, let alone in Iowa, that could be haunted, that could be possibly investigated. And it would give us a chance to spotlight the state. And it's not just our state. We're willing to do a bunch of stuff within the Midwest. But we need the information to do so.
We're going to Edinburgh this Sunday. So, which doesn't mean much to you if you're watching this video
Several
in the
weeks
future.
from now.
Yeah, or 10 years from now if YouTube hasn't said this is a piss ball video, we're not putting it on our channel anymore. But anyway, we're going to Edinburgh this Sunday, and we're going to do, we talked a few times, a few episodes ago, that we want to do daytime stuff. So we're going to do Edinburgh during the day.
October 14th.
Which is October 14th.
2018, year of our Lord. So we're going to be doing that. That's going to be our next investigation. And then we're going to come back here and talk with lots of spirits. And hey, it's going to be fun, I hope. Or not. And if you never see us again, you know what happened. We died at Edinburgh.
We died at Edinburgh.
So